veteran on the strategist role, and Marvel Rivals pros, I mean, they are looking amazing as well. We have seen Acid pull off some absolute heroics throughout the course of the entire tournament, doing so much on so many different heroes. We've seen him on Iron Fist, we've seen him on Psylocke, we've seen him on Wolverine, we've seen him on literally half of the Duelist roster, as well as inv1ncible, who is just an absolutely spectacular Strange. And I mean, I cannot wait to see what he's able to pull off on Not Strange, because Invincible is very well aware of his capabilities on that hero, and they immediately banned him. So I'm expecting to see a Marvel Rivals Pros response of possibly banning either Star-Lord or Mantis, because they do see the Adam Warlock Protect, which deviates a little bit from the standard Luna Mantis composition, but it does enable the fact that you're able to self-res with Adam, with Mantis, and with Star-Lord. So I anticipate that one of those three characters is going to be getting banned by Marvel Rivals Pros. And yep, there it is.
Star-Lord gone down and out. No more Blaster Barrage, no more Galactic Legend on the table. So even if you do have the Adam Warlock, you can only get the Mantis. So really not that much of a package deal going forward. There's one more ban inside of Invincible. Could change the tide, change the momentum, if you will. We're only starting off with our first round on the Spider Islands convoy. Hela gone to no shock. That's just too much damage to risk, especially in the hands of really just Cadia. But as I say that, No Limit opting in for the Hawkeye instead. Felix with the Luna Snow. So seeing a lot of healthy sustain on the side of MR Pro. Same can be said for Invincible. This time with a little more Gamma action off the Hulk instead.
Yeah, while I do understand the Hela ban, because I mean, No Limit is an absolute demon on that character, Happy also has one of, if not the best Helas that I've seen thus far. So I am a little surprised that they decided to go for the Hela ban over the Iron Man ban, because Marvel Rivals Pros, they protected the Hulk, which means they're opening themselves up to having the possibility of running the Iron Man, Hulk, and Strange team up. But Strange is banned, so that will not be happening. But I mean, the Iron Man is still on the table here, which is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and it's going to be a little tough for Invincible to be able to deal with, but I'm sure Cadia is going to be able to make quick work of that Iron Man with the assistance of Happy.
We're playing around with our different tank or Vanguard compositions. I should say I saw a little bit of that Penny Parker into the Thor, but I guess it is going to be MR Pro. Just going through the motions of things, more the rooftop play that we have seen before. And if you are Happy, want to get in with the flank off the Psylocke, should be fairly interesting. Neko, however, POV swap back over them, focusing back over on the Magneto. And really nothing much, just going off over our mid lane, wait for some shielding action, and back up top, having an Iron Man and now contend with AS instead of the Star-Lord, now opting in with Gamma Boost.
Yeah, I mean, that Gamma Boost is going to be coming in absolutely massive for Marvel Rivals Pros, but it is on cooldown for now, so the pressure has eased a little bit off of Invincible's shoulders, but they are sacrificing a lot of space right now because they do want to be dealing with the Hulk. They're making sure to heal for their team, making sure that nobody goes down to him, and Cadia just lands a wonderfully beautiful 2 shots on the Iron Man, forcing Marvel Rivals Pros to back up here as they do not want to take a fight, not as 6. But it doesn't really matter because Happy is going to go invis, get in there, and get a clean KO in front of their entire team, leaving No Limit to go back to the spawn room as Azra looks for a little opportunity here to pick off Happy with the Gamma Boost. And as you can see, such a powerful team up. I mean, Happy just got absolutely melted, barely had any time to react right there. And now that Happy's picked off, they have to back up here because they want to make sure they do not accidentally give up the entire point. As Happy gets a really crucial pick off on Cadia, and ults start getting popped.
Still was able to find Cadia and good maximum pulse bomb on top of that one, but then the Gamma Boost Unibeam right into the Luna Snow ulti! Hulk with the ultimate disrespect flying up top and saying, you know what? We did puny banner, puny start, and I'm taking you down with me. They say that dance of the butterfly popping out, not as effective as I would have liked to have seen, and now Happy kind of press back upstairs instead.
Happy getting, honestly, a lot of value out of that Psylocke ult by just getting Mantis ult out. Because now Marvel Rivals Pros, they're left with no support ults. And Kaidia, once again, just landing really clean shots. And Asvd in the skybox, just poking from across the map, managing to find a KO here. As Kaidia takes a little bit of an off angle, really wants to address that Iron Man, because if he isn't going to be taking care of him, there's not many other players on his team who can. And it looks like, oh no, just barely dodges inv1ncible meteor from the sky. That is such wonderful movement from Kaidia, just juking him out barely as he tries to go for a pick on Asvd and secures it. This is a really strong hold from Invincible so far, because Marvel Rivals Pros, they only have 1 minute left on the clock.
Man, you have to be hurting after the fact that that slam dunk from inv1ncible was not, in fact, a dunk, more of a brick. And that's unfortunate to have it happen. Just juke them out. He's now back over to Kaidia. Still putting pressure, especially off the charge and the arrows, getting him the health sustain thanks to the Luna Ice. And now Marv2lRiva1s kind of find themselves, at least for the moment, locked out of any convoy push potential as Invincible. Keeping him on the lock. If you're not careful enough, Felix is going to get caught out, but playing from the rooftops, forcing Kaidia back down to ground.
Yeah, I mean, Kaidia nearly gets the pick off onto the Luna, but doesn't quite get to secure it just yet. There's a lot of ults come on board for both teams, and there's only 20 seconds left. This is the last fight. This is going to look like a huge, magnificent Magneto ult onto No Limit. That is such a massive pick, getting the Hawkeye off of the table for Marvel Rivals Pros as they start popping their ults. Felix using the Luna Shell, trying to keep their team alive. Doba trying to do the same as well, and Asvd barely just comes back to the fight in time, ready to beam everyone on Invincible, doing a lot of work, not quite securing the KOs that he wants, and Invincible is just taking them out one by one. Their Hulk is a menace right there, holy moly. And that looks like it's going to be the end of this push for Marvel Rivals Pros. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to actually get the first checkpoint, which is really rough. Unless Asvd is somehow able to pull off a crazy clutch here. Unfortunately not. And the pressure is on. This is the first time Marvel Rivals Pros have actually had a strong opponent, because their losers bracket run was just filled with 3-0s. They were just sweeping everybody. And now when faced against an actual really strong contender to win the entire tournament, they seem to be struggling a little bit. But I'm confident in them to be able to bring this back.
Sweep after sweep it's been for Marv2lRiva1s, but now finally have met their match, and a dangerous one at that one. A complete shutdown and a lockout, a far cry from what we've seen before at Marv2lRiva1s versus BB1, and that was a 3-0 sweep. But now it looks like they find themselves in a tail end of really just the nasty business from Invincible. Swap sides here, and it's going to be an uphill battle just on defense alone. Really thinking about it, Happy 2 is no joke on the side lock, was able to really pick out a lot of vulnerable backline positions, and then Kaidia really just went unchecked off the Hawkeye. The hypersonic arrows went flying, and then going into it with the shadows wasn't much you could do after the fact.
And now on the attack here, Invincible is running their own Hulk and Iron Man team up. And Happy, don't tease me like this. Come on, don't do it. Don't tempt me with the Squirrel Girl. Don't you dare pick Squirrel Girl and then swap back to Iron Man, breaking my heart. He's not even gonna swap back to Iron Man. He's going Psylocke.
Okay, I mean,
that's cool. I love watching Happy's Psylocke, but you really got me excited thinking we were gonna see some Squirrel Girl right there, as Marvel Rivals doesn't really know what to expect here. Looking at the skies, no Iron Man in sight, because Happy is on the Psylocke, and I really want to see how he goes about contesting No Limit on this high ground as Hawkeye.
Back down on the ground, we have the Hulk just preparing for dive potential, possibly sneaking in through backline, really going unnoticed at least for a brief few moments, but back off the rooftops, the Gamma fight against Gamma here, shield for shield, but now you have No Limit trying to get him with the DPS potential. That's Kaidia gone again. It's the Bruce Banner, caught out very vulnerable, just D-Mac to really just de-hulked, I think the word is in this situation. No Limit obviously does not care, getting in with the damage and still sticking onto the convoy, finding out Luna Snow as well. Another clean pick, Elimination. You're on the side of MR Pro.
I mean, this positioning from No Limit is just so strong. It is so difficult for Marvel. It is so difficult for Invincible to be doing anything about him. The only option they really have is for Happy to dash up there and try to one-shot No Limit, but he's not having that as he picks him off immediately. So, I mean, this is a job specifically made for Happy and Invincible's Hulk. And if they're not able to take care of No Limit, he's going to continue having a field day, just gunning down his entire team with the bow, in fairness. And I mean, it's just so hard to take care of him. They're going to have to really pull out some heroics to stop him from just doing everything here for Marvel Rivals Pros, as they have 6 ultimates this fight.
And we'll give MR Pro some credit, really keeping up on the defense, but against Invisible, 1, 2, 3, 4 ultis to try and contend with. It would be Dance of the Butterfly, the Meteor M, and then both ultis from their supports that would sustain heavily into a team fight. But Happy, it was Shirk and Dash against Fun, but back off the rooftops. That's another one over to Enemy Chopper and Happy as well. Dance of the Butterfly of their own, but might not be enough even for any shred of value, like, you know, some people like to say here, but still being dangerous with it to find anything. Now Happy kind of forced to play from backline positioning. 250 health is still trying to shred through Enemy Chopper, but to no effect right now. ASD back into it, and No Limit on their way back from spawn.
Happy is super happy about how that fight went for him, because he did pop the Psylocke ult and didn't secure any KOs. But now Marvel Rivals Pros has 0 support ults to answer anything that Invincible has. And now they're just going to start popping absolutely everything. And they are not going to be able to have anything in response to it, as they just wipe the floor with Marvel Rivals Pros, getting an ace in just a moment here. Happy got another Psylocke ult just to flex on Marvel Rivals Pros as they take the first map of this best of 7 series. I mean, that is just such beautiful work from everyone on Invincible. They really played some perfect Marvel Rivals that fight. I mean, Happy did an excellent job contesting No Limit on the high ground. He finally was able to pick off the Hulk, which then allowed him to dash up on